Hey guys, this is Lettuce What Ifs. I'd like to quickly thank Wavy for doing this collab with me. His content is awesome, so make sure you sub to him. Anyway, this is part 2 of What If Goku was in 7 Deadly Sins. So make sure, if you haven't already, come watch part 1 on my channel, link in the description. And if you want, maybe drop a sub and a like. Anyway, on to the video.
Wake up in the morning, I roll up and count my money. I'm so wavy, I'm so wavy.
Hello guys, Wavy Ocean here, back with another video. Today we're going to get into part 2 of What If Goku was in 7 Deadly Sins. Just a reminder to go subscribe to Lettuce What Ifs. He has one of my personal favorite what ifs, and I would really appreciate it if you go drop a sub. And part 3 is going to be on his channel, but with that, let's get into the video. On one peaceful day, there's a bar, and in the bar there are some people enjoying some beer, and they ask for some food. Now, when the food arrives to the customers, they are less than satisfied, and Hawks picks up the scraps. There are some people who talk about the legendary 7 Deadly Sins, and that perks up the bar owner. They also talk about the Rust Knight that's been roaming around, and could also be somebody who's on the wanted poster, which somewhat perks up somebody sleeping in the bar. And suddenly, a few minutes later, a big suit of armor comes in and falls on the ground. Meliodas takes care of the girl inside, who is shown to be Elizabeth, the princess of Leonis. A few minutes later, some knights come in, asking about the Rust Knight rumored to be with the 7 Deadly Sins. While they're questioning Meliodas, Elizabeth runs outside the side of the bar. The knights run after her, Meliodas and Hawks in tow. When they get away, Twigo comes out, and Meliodas just smiles. This is the perfect chance to show off his student's power. He just says 2 words, "Get him." And when Twigo attacks, he sees that he got hit himself, and looks at where he got hit, but sees nothing. Back-to-back hits are being thrown at him, but he can't even see where it's coming from, until he finally sees a man in front of him. He couldn't be much older than 40. He could take this guy. When Twigo goes to attack again, the man screams, "Kamehameha." And Twigo says, This is mana energy, so you must be. If you were thinking the apes in a raid, just a little retcon here. Goku is only half of a sin. So throughout this video, I'm going to be calling him the Ape Sin of Rage, but don't forget, he is only half a sin. I checked in with Lettuce, and he's only half a sin. So sorry if I made that mistake twice, and goodbye. You would be correct. Nice to see you again, Twigo. And Elizabeth, was it? Looks like you found 2 of the sins you were looking for. The name's Goku, and I'm Meliodas, Meliodas says, taking the distraction as a means to grope Elizabeth. Hawk's moms come in, and they put the bar on her back. They start to travel, and arrive at Vanya. And they see Mead getting bullied by the rest of the villagers. And when Goku sees this, instead of staying quiet, Goku stands up for him. Hey, stop picking on a little kid. He did nothing wrong. And that's a little low picking on somebody who can't defend themselves. He's the one who disrespected the Holy Knight, and he put a sword in the ground so we can't make our ale. We all make mistakes, and this kid is no different. You all should be ashamed of yourselves. Meliodas knew Goku's heart was in the right place, but they needed the villagers' best interest so they can find out what's happening. Meliodas tells Goku that's enough, and brings the both of them to the tavern. They give him food, and Mead tells them the story about how Guild Thunder put the sword in the ground, and the Holy Knights told them to bring the sword out before sundown. Goku kneels down to Mead and said, "I get it," and remembers how he was always a troublemaker of Danafall, always causing trouble, being a reckless kid. And he says, even if people think you're a wreck and you'll never be great, you should do everything you can to show that you're going to improve. Be the better person. And winces in emotional pain due to what happened in Danafall. Meliodas tries to hide the regret in his eyes, knowing what happened truly. Mead then rushes over to the villagers, trying to pull out the sword, obviously touched by Goku's words. They pull, and Meliodas is about to step in, but Goku says no, let me handle this. He walks over to Mead and does what he did so subtly that nobody else notices. Mead soon pulls out the sword, and everybody's shocked. Goku transferred a bit of his mana energy to Mead in order to give him the power to save himself and his village. The villagers looked at Goku. They knew he had something to do with this. Well, what could they say? They looked at Mead. The Holy Knights are speechless, and that little kid could do such a big thing. Later, Elizabeth is the new waiter for the Boar Hat Bar. And after her initial shift, she's tired. Goku is sleeping off his big, horrible meal that he just got from Meliodas, and this goes just like in canon. And Meliodas catches Guilt Thunder's spear and throws it back. The rest of this plays out as normal. They go into the Shadow Clone Jutsu forest, and they find the real Elizabeth, and they run away and find a giant. Enter the Snake Sin of Envy, Diane. After Diane seeing Goku and Elizabeth, she isn't as mad at Meliodas for cheating, and Meliodas asks about the event that transpired 10 years ago. Goku and Meliodas having no memory of this event, and they recall the event that happens 10 years ago, them getting ambushed by the kingdom, Goku and Meliodas blacking out after one specific moment, and Diane agrees to help them. But then they both get restrained by Guilt Thunder. Elizabeth talks to Guilt Thunder about the memories they shared together. And after some talking, Goku, Diane, and Meliodas break out of their binds, and Meliodas fights against Guilt Thunder. And this goes similar as in canon. Meliodas getting wounded and getting where Ban and King are. Meliodas dodges him and leads him into Goku, who delivers a thunderous punch to him. Get it? Guilt Thunder. Thunderous. Anyways, Diane throws him just like in canon, and they start to talk about going to Baste prison to get the Fox Sin of Greed ban. And while Elizabeth is worried about Meliodas' wounds, Meliodas says he just needs a little nap in the tavern to walk it off. And when they go in the tavern, they see him lying on the floor, not unconscious. And we switch to see a supposedly elderly figure humming to himself in a prison, as the weird fangs are announced to be here. And with that, I'm going to end the video off here. Sorry I didn't blast 7 Deadly Sins music like a certain someone. But yet again, the third part is going to be on Les's channel, and I'd suggest you go check out his What If Deku was Meliodas' son. It's a really great story, and as somebody who watches My Hero Academia and 7 Deadly Sins, I was really able to enjoy it, especially part 3.5. But with that, I'm Nabroni, and peace.